Hey guys, it's Kelly and welcome back to my channel. You would not believe where we are. We flew all the way out to Detroit, Michigan to get an exclusive look at the all-new Chevy Equinox EV. This car is going to hit the streets in fall of 2023, but we are here, probably like one of the first tours on the internet, to talk about this family-friendly SUV. There are rumors that it's going to start around $30,000, which if you know anything about EVs, you know the average price right now is $64,000. So to have an EV for a family start at $30,000, you piqued my interest. Now, if this is your first time joining me, hey, I'm Kelly and I'm the car mom. I review cars for moms and for families. I'm a mom of almost 3. So today we are going to look at this car through the eyes of a mom, a car seat tech, and an EV skeptic. Let's get started. Okay guys, check this out. Look at these little welcome lights we are met with the Chevy Equinox EV. Now this color is called Riptide Blue. It's almost as if they knew I loved a blue car, and I cannot wait to dive into this. So does this look like a Chevy Equinox? No. Is it a Chevy Equinox? Yes. So it looks much different than the standard ICE one, but I really am actually impressed with how futuristic, bold, but still athletic this vehicle looks. Let's start by kind of looking at the front end grille. As you can see, I've talked about this before, EVs are fun because there's no engine to cool down. They can have a lot of fun with the front fascia, and Chevy has done just that. We really like this little eyebrow look with the daytime running light underneath it. We have our classic yellow Chevy logo, and we even have some carbon fiber. Now this is the 3LT, so it's going to come in 2 different kind of models, the LT and the RS. The RS is going to give you a little bit sportier of a look, but this is the highest trim of the LT available. So I love the carbon fiber right here. And then Chevy, you'll notice throughout the entire vehicle, they do a good job of taking elements that aren't more expensive, but just kind of reimagining them. So for this just to be the body color paint, but to add some texture to it, I think gives it a more high-end look, also keeping the price down. Our headlights are also found right here. It's going to have Chevrolet's IntelliBeam. So the headlights are smaller, but they are not any less bright, which is very exciting. Okay, so let's take a look at the side profile right here. You can see we have some nice body color fenders, and this one is equipped with the optional 21-inch rims. Standard is 19. I think these two-toned rims look very beautiful. And then right here, you're met with our charger. So a little bit about this, it uses GM's Ultium battery. So on an 11.5 kilowatt standard charger, you're looking at about 34 miles an hour. If you upgrade to a 19.2 kilowatt, you're at 51 miles an hour. And if you're at a DC fast charger at 150 kilowatts, you would get 70 miles in just under 10 minutes. The range on the Equinox varies from 250 to 300, depending on which battery pack you have. Now, GM, like most brands, are doing a lot to try to minimize some of that range anxiety, but more specifically that charging anxiety. So they actually have a connected app where you can plan your route ahead of time. So you can either do it in your car or you can do it on your phone. You can say like, hey, I'm traveling to St. Louis for the Car Mom Auto Show. Where am I going to need to charge along the way? And it will automatically give you a route, which I think is cool and kind of helping us, some people with charging anxiety, especially for families. Okay, so you may notice we have a white roof. Pretty cute, right? So the white roof is an option on the LT, and you can get a black roof available on the RS, but if it's not your thing, it's also available in body color. Wow, check out these door handles. On an Equinox, are you kidding? So the door handles are flush. They just pop open, and then you'll be able to access the interior of the car. We'll get to the interior in a second. Let's keep working on our way to the back end of the vehicle. As you can see right here, we continue on the nice two-toned elements of the white with the blue, giving it a very sporty, almost like roadster kind of look. And then we get to the back end. So one thing that I really like that Chevy's done is I'm actually pretty impressed with the taillights. I'm not going to lie. Normally, I don't love a giant light bar, but the way that it's broken up right here, I think is absolutely beautiful. And it also has some really fun little signals that it'll do to you as well. So as you can see right here, the light just kind of flows through the taillight right there, which is cute. And then this would also be your turn signal. So if you put your turn signal on, it'll flash like that. So just a nice little imaginative way to look at the taillights, and it's definitely giving it like more of a high-end feel on a lower-end priced vehicle. I also really like this part right here, just like this little extra texture that's found. I think it's just kind of a nice look. So the way you open the trunk, it's underneath here. And then it's giving hatchback, right? I don't have like a stroller or a car seat with me because we're traveling, but just wanted to give you an idea. Definitely fit a stroller. You can also fold these seats down. With the seats folded down, you're looking at about 54 cubic feet of storage. But even with the seats up, I'm impressed with the trunk space for the size of the car. I mean, you have plenty of room for a double stroller, for a week's worth of groceries, for a Costco haul, for anything that a family might need. Okay, taking a look at the interior. The interior is freaking beautiful. I mean, it is really giving Escalade. It's giving high end. It is absolutely beautiful. This great wraparound screen is probably one of the biggest screens I've seen in a car of this size, and not to mention how user-friendly it is. It has everything you need, like Google Assistant, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, a Wi-Fi hotspot, all of the different camera angles. Plus, it comes totally equipped with all of the crash prevention technology. GM does a good job of not putting a paywall behind some of that life-saving tech, and instead it's available on no matter which Chevy Equinox EV you purchase. Okay, and then I thought this was so freaking cute. Look at these little vents. Like, it's giving retro, it's giving something different, and then I love the addition of this blue interior. Again, that's kind of like Chevy, like taking a material that's not as expensive, but giving it some nice interest. Oh, and guess what else? It also is available with Super Cruise. Some other features that I'm really liking about the Equinox EV is if you look under here, we have a nice little pass-through. I love this for a little bit of extra storage space. We have 2 cup holders, a wireless charger, but also like a little place to charge your phone right here with 2 USB-Cs, a nice size center console, and a beautiful 2-tone leather. Overall, I think the interior is really nice. I haven't always loved Chevy interior in the past, so I'm excited to see these upgrades and how high-end they feel. And even though I haven't seen the lowest trim level, they have assured us that even on the lowest trim level, you're still met with an 11.8-inch screen, which again, for the size of this vehicle and for the price point of this vehicle, is pretty big. Let's head to the second row. Okay, so here's a shot of me in the second row of this Chevy Equinox EV. So I have this seat set for myself, and look at the legroom I am still met with. This is actually a lot of freaking legroom. I'm actually very impressed. I think with more legroom, it gives families just a lot more flexibility. One, the bigger the car, the longer you can keep a child rear facing, the bigger kind of car seat you can have rear facing, the taller driver you can have in front of it. Not to mention, as your family grows, as you start to have passengers back here, you still have some really good space. We have some vents on the back of the center console, heated seats, and USBs available back here. And then let's get to the bench seat. This gets exciting, you guys. This gets exciting. If you've watched any of my previous Chevy videos, I always get so mad because they never put middle head restraints in. Look what's freaking here. They're listening. A middle head restraint. This is so incredibly exciting. I cannot even tell you. So we have head restraints in all 3 seats, plus we're met with a very nice wide bench with flexible buckles. Flexible buckles are key to trying to do any sort of 3 across situation because you have the ability to kind of move them in and out of the way when installing car seats. As far as the setup is concerned, you're going to have lower anchors on both outboard seats, and you're going to have tether anchors across the bench. So 2 sets of lower anchors, 3 tether anchors. Plus, we also found out that the second row has pretensioners on both the outboard seats. Pretensioners are a life-saving seatbelt technology that's almost always found in the front seats of the vehicles and rarely ever in the second row. So I can post a link to an article more about pretensioners, but essentially it makes children either in booster age seats or adults sitting back here and makes the seatbelts safer for them. So I was very excited about that. One thing I like about the bench is if you notice the middle seat isn't indented in. A lot of times when you have a bench seat like this, you'll see that the middle seat's cut off, making it shorter, making it harder to do a car seat installation and making it less comfortable for passengers. So I like that this bench is all the same width. The bench is incredible. Seats don't recline. I wish they reclined. But honestly, I'm pretty impressed. So thank you guys so much for tuning in to this exclusive tour of the Chevrolet Equinox EV. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about the car and if you're ready to go EV. And I really hope I get the opportunity to really drive this thing, install the car seats, and put it to the test because from a first impressions level, I'm pretty impressed.